I'm calling it now. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Film of the year. Film of the year. This film hit every nail that it creates for itself right on the head. The way this film manages to introduce a concept as vast and potentially overambitious as the multiverse while still being able to capture the hearts of so many people is just mind-blowing, honestly. Quick note, I was looking at Wayman the whole time during the movie and he just seemed so familiar. I knew I'd seen him before, his face, his voice, the way he was just seemed so familiar. And later, after watching the movie, I looked him up on Wikipedia and the dude was Data from the Goonies. The smart-ass kid who, invented a whole bunch of, little contraptions and stuff. That was him. And it just clicked and it made so much sense. It was perfect. So today I wanted to touch specifically on the philosophy of Everything Everywhere All at Once. There are two branches to this, or at least two viewpoints that I left the movie theater contemplating. On one hand, I really appreciated the concept of becoming more. There are all kinds of insecurities and personal problems that people kind of lean on and use almost as an excuse to settle for less. Oh, I'll never be this or I'll never be able to do that because I've been this way my whole life and that's just the way I am. I can't do that. Have you ever once thought of the possibility that maybe this isn't it? Maybe, just maybe you're actually way more capable than you think. After living a life of fully believing that she wasn't good enough, Evelyn managed to tap into her potential, her multiple potentials, if we're being real here, if we're thinking about all the timelines. She did all of that in order to fight for her loved ones. And Evelyn is the main character, by the way. I refuse to do a plot synopsis for this only because it's so big and there's so much involved. In one sentence, it's about these normal, everyday people who get thrust into the multiverse and they're put into different versions of themselves. Specifically, Evelyn, she is the protagonist here, but that's how I'm going to summarize this plot here. It's so much more than that, though. You have to watch this film for yourself to fully understand the scope of it all. What Evelyn did there was super inspiring and it honestly made me believe in the multiple possibilities within myself. Another angle I really liked in the movie is the idea that nothing matters. And at first it sounds very nihilistic and kind of hopeless. When Jobu Tupaki's introduced, she kind of explains her rationale for everything, and it's the fact that nothing matters, so why care about anything or anybody? At least that's how I read it as. So very nihilistic. As we progress and we see this family tied together throughout so many timelines, it starts to feel more like nothing matters outside of us. We're here for each other. That's all that matters. And I guess to put it into more universal terms, put your energy into people and things that you actually value deeply rather than prioritizing your problems. I don't think I've ever had a movie theater experience like this one. For one, I don't usually watch artsy movies like this at the theater. I usually watch blockbusters and stuff. I would consider myself a film buff, but I usually just watch stuff online, stream, whatever. But after this experience, I'm definitely going to be staying up to date with movies that I genuinely feel a sense of curiosity in. Because with blockbusters, it's there's already a sense of expectation going in. If you're going in watching a superhero movie or a movie with an ensemble cast, there's already that point of expectation. You're just kind of going there to see something you knew would be cool already. Whereas with this movie, I genuinely I saw the trailer when it came out and I was this looks really interesting and I've never seen anything like this before. So when I came into the movie theater, I was genuinely just blank slate, no expectations. And I also sensed that from the other moviegoers, no one else really knew what to expect. And we all came out literally tears in our eyes with a completely refreshing view of life. So in the grand scheme of things, we're all in the same boat. We're trying to figure our shit out. So let's all do our best where we can and take control of where, what, and who we put our energies into. That's it.